Congratulations. You are being rescued. Please do not resist.
Welcome, friends, to the Beaver Dam.
This is a beaver. You've probably heard of their dam building and tree cutting. Aside from humans, no other living animal does more to modify its environment for its own purposes. But when? How does the beaver and why does it breed? This is a beaver. So the beaver beaves and the rest of the dam gets built.
Thank you for giving a damn. We have taken our first step toward being the damn dominant top apex predator beaver that we could possibly be, being the top character, the top player in this wonderful game. Damn.
How does the beaver and why does it beave?
Thank you for giving a damn. Welcome, friends, to the Beaver Dam, and we are going to have a damn good time. At least I hope so. Maybe we won't. We'll see. But it's good to have you guys here in the Beaver Dam. We will be testing some stuff today to make sure that things work. Today is our flagship day where we will be testing to see if my new setup is done correctly, so that way I can easily post on the Beaver Dam Clips channel and make sure that you guys have an opportunity to watch this if you don't have the time to watch it live. So welcome one and all, and we are going to have a damn good time. Nice little cool side thing. We have a quite hard opponent on the free-to-play account. Of course, we don't have our main account this week because I'm a silly goose. But on the free-to-play account, we today we got 4th in our fleet arena, so that's a solid 325 crystals I will always take into my roster. But nonetheless, let us jump into GAC. You own shirts. What? I do own shirts. Welcome, Grax. Good to see you. Milton, good to see you. Heinricher, good to see you, my friend. Con Warlock, taking out the damn dominance before anyone else can. Getting in that sweet spot. Wep Pliskin, good to see you, my friend. Jaka, welcome, welcome. Ladarius, AR, collared shirt. Yeah, I'm trying some new stuff with my styles right now, so we'll see how it goes. I've been here for an hour. Yeah, so my opponent has a little bit of an interesting account. So my opponent has, you know, some stuff, nothing too great. But like the fact that he has like super high relic Inquisitors, I wonder if this is an account where he like tried to get into a good guild and then like couldn't do because of mods the event or something for Reva. I don't know. So very curious about this account. It's a little wonky of an account, but hey, we'll see what we can do to it. They didn't really get a score, so I think we got this. Okay. Yeah, Relic 9 GI. So we got a Jedi Knight Revan to take care of and a Grand Inquisitor to take care of, which means he basically didn't have anything for offense. So he came in and he was able to kill off Qui-Gon, but no one else in the team. And then he was able to come in and kill off no one and just lose a battle. And so that's where he ended. I'm thinking that we use, I don't know. I'm thinking that we use our Captain Rex here against his Grand Inquisitors. And then we, you know, have the Jedi Knight Revan as something that we just try to get through if we can, but I don't think his back wall is going to be anything insane, and so we're just looking for breaking 2 walls essentially. Can we talk about the shirt? What about the shirt? Has anybody free to play beaten tier 2 of Era challenge? No. I also have missed quite a few days of Coliseum though, so I don't know if I'm the best person to be asking. Lovely. I'm glad you like it, Fenrir. Also a little small today. I think I was fiddling with settings. We'll bring myself up to right there. Yeah, we've done some pretty big overhauls overall in the setup over the last couple of days. Hey, Eric Russell, welcome, welcome. Music seems a little loud. We're gonna drop it just a hair. Like there. Dang, Ladarius, that's rough. Hey, Alex RG, welcome, welcome. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring in our Phoenix here and hope the Relic Delta doesn't absolutely destroy us. Okay. So there is a pretty hefty Relic Delta, so we'll have to see how it goes. But I think we got this. Let's get a song going for ourselves real quick. We got this song locked in here. If I can find it. Isn't it right here? Yeah. Seven Sisters kind of the biggest problems.
It's nice to meet you, 7567. Actually, my name is Rex, Captain. 500.
No. Okay, yeah, this is gonna be a problem. Where's our turn meter?
Why would you lower yourself?
Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, Relic Delta out of our minds, dude.
Loyalty was to the Republic, not your empire. Surrender all your compatriots, and I will offer you not only immunity, but reinstatement at an Imperial training academy. You could wear that armor.
Yeah,
Be proud of yourself.
definitely a struggle. Unfortunate, but okay.
Really hate this armor.
Okay, we have to use CLS on one of these two teams. Which one do we think we can actually beat? Because like all we technically need to win is we just need to kill 2 people. I like the style, you should keep it. Are you talking about this style or are you talking about this style?
Rebels. Now surrender them or be destroyed. If it's a fight you want, I hope you brought a better class of soldier than those stormtroopers. They serve the Empire well, and I have a great many of them.
Relics of Endurance or Tier 12 Negotiator. I think the Endurance counter is usually what I've been going with lately. Yeah, I need 12 banners, which means I need to kill 2 people. Because you get 10 banners for your first attack, and then you get 2 for killing 2 people.
You're gonna need all of them. It's not over. I hope you brought a better class of soldier than those stormtroopers. You're gonna need all of them.
Okay. Here we go. Let's see how this goes.
I've been in countless battles and lost many brothers. They were my family, my home.
Wow, that was almost nothing.
You're gonna need all of
We still haven't killed anyone, so I don't necessarily want to use that ability. Go ahead and hit this. Okay, he's gone. He's gone. Doing good. Clear off all of that nonsense. He's gone. Okay, all we gotta do is just get through these last 2. He can't solo us, right? We need a song, otherwise we're gonna lose here. You know what song we haven't used in forever because we don't use CLS almost at all anymore? There we go. Hey, no, die. Big hit, big hit. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay. And then, I mean, we know what we're using here, so we're just gonna jump right into it. Just in case we need it. Go. I quite literally had these 2 duet entire teams after my Relic One Jedi fall over. Wait, what? I have no idea what we're referring to here, Burrito. Hey, Pancake Platoon, welcome, welcome, my friend. How you doing? I feel like the game's a little loud. Am I crazy? Am I the crazy one here? Oh my gosh, the dodges. Yeah, I think that's it. But still, 447. That's a dub right there. 13 minutes left to spare. He didn't do anything to this team. I don't think he has anything left in the tank. I think the only thing he brought on offense with him is Geonosians, essentially. So I think he's just screwed. So there's a dub. I will take a dub. Got 300 crystals from Fleet Arena today, and, you know, absolutely demolished my opponent. So I will absolutely take that. Yeah, I saw. Thank you for that, Grex. Been busy with school. That's fair, Pancake. Hey, Flick Switch, welcome, welcome. Dude, Doggo is Mara wandering around. Dude, I Hawaiian Beaver Day. Yeah, I'm trying some new things. I'm trying out a couple new styles and that type of thing, you know. Gotta find myself a wife. So. Anyways. Really quick before we jump into roster reviews, which is what we have planned for the rest of the day. I'm just gonna record this real quick. And that is the GAC. I'm not even gonna wait to see if the results are the same. He doesn't have anything that can get through Relic 7 Savage. So we're gonna call it there. So for those of you who are watching on the Damn Clips channel, thank you for giving a damn. There. Now the entire video for that channel should be recorded and all set up so that there's no excess me talking to chat. I will review it after the stream and then upload it to the Beaver Damn Clips channel if it worked the way that I attempted to do it. So I thought you were married to the grind. No, I'm not married. Oh. Let's see. We've already done, I think, everything on the free-to-play account we can. Yeah, I can't bring her up yet because that's for a video. I recorded and posted that video. Then I have one more video in the pipeline that I need to make tonight. And then, yeah. Okay, sweet. So yeah, the only thing left I have to do are two things that I can't do because they are video recording opportunities, so. Jar Jar didn't insta-kill my Nihilus again this time. I mean, that's like a 1 in 1,000 chance, so. But yeah, no, that's why I have all the terrible dating stories, Jaka, is because I... because I don't have a wife. All I have is my poopers. So, as we jump into roster reviews, I will say I am severely dehydrated and have been for a couple days. I've been struggling to get water into my soul. And so, I've got here, so far, I have drank roughly about 24 ounces of water. And I have another 24 ounces that I just filled up my cup with from this filter. And I need you guys to remind me every once in a while we're doing roster reviews to drink from it because my throat is getting kind of rough and I don't want to get sick. I want to be able to continue making content without dying. So remind me to drink water as we go through this. We're going to open up for roster reviews. And then next week we will be back to our regularly scheduled programming and have plenty of GAC to do. Let's get our thing right there. You're not married? That's exactly what a married man trying to cheat would say. Thank you, Heinricher. Thank you. I mean, if I didn't let other women cheat with me, I don't think I'm going to cheat on my wife either. Just saying. I really need some more stuff for Wicket. Trying to get the Relic 7s across all of Leia's stuff has really stunted my all of my materials for getting characters up for a while. But I'm finally at the point where I'm about to have the last Relic 7 done. Oh my gosh, Heinricher twice in a row. Hey, great one. Welcome, welcome. You're going to be first in the list because you donated the other day and then we didn't get to you before you had to leave. So you're going to be top of the list, my friend. I might move to the US so there's no delay on Discord. Yeah, everyone is so quick with it, yeah. Very nice, Alex. Love to hear it. Okay, so Con Warlock, is that like a European thing? Because that shows up in Doctor Who, and I was pretty sure that that was just like a Matt Smith or whatever his name is being weird kind of thing. Is that an actual thing, or is it started by Doctor Who? Am I the crazy one, or is Europe the crazy one? Thank you for getting those General Kenobis, Con Warlock. Failed on Hondo, on Glat, on Jabba, on Stranger, and still had enough to clean it up. Dang. Does it show me his fifth on your end? I don't know. I haven't looked at the list. No, you're like 8th. Okay, I just want to make sure that it was a Doctor Who thing and I'm not crazy. Hi, poopers. Hi. We haven't brought you up on the chair in a while, have we? Okay, also, I would just like to say that Mara is upset at all of you. Oh. Other paw. Other paw. Chatting. Yep. And the reason that Mara is upset at every single one of you guys is because it was her birthday yesterday and not a single one of you messaged to tell her happy birthday. Nor has she been up here to take treats on stream in a while, and you guys should have known that her birthday was coming up. How dare you guys? She was very upset that none of you came to her party. Poopers. You down? Wait, it's easier for you down. Down. Okay. Good girl. Good poopers. I love you. Do you forgive Milton? You forgive Milton? Hi, pooper. Am I crazy? I didn't hear anything. Thank you for the 199 Wep. Let's get her up here and give her another treat. Where did my audio go for that? Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, we're going through that. That's working. Why is that not working? Well, you don't have to go around, but okay. Here. I'll take a girl. Good poopers. At least Wep cares about Mara. Yeah, I'll take it. Good girl. Hey, don't. Go. No. Mara. Come. I don't care about Stephen Hawking, but Mara is important. Hey, poop. I know I haven't set up your spot yet. Okay. Let me see what's happening here. Did my thing get see my alert box? Okay. Yeah. The alert box is going off. I can see the volume for it going off. Why can't we hear it? Here, I have a way of fixing this. Hold on. It's just a little quick settings change. Whoa. You are slobbering like crazy because of those treats. Holy crap, that was all over my hand. Thank you, Mara. Okay. Does someone have a membership? Does someone have a membership message like Con Warlock did? And that they can redeem, so that way, you know, you can also donate if you want to. But does anyone have anything? In fact, I will say if we hit $10 for Mara, I will get her her favorite treats. I'll get her one of each if we hit $10 for donations for her birthday. But that being said, does anyone have anything that they can throw out? I think I fixed it, but I don't currently have a way to test it right here. So if you have like a free member message or anything like that, I'd appreciate it. Okay. Yep. Hey, Cornflake, welcome, welcome. Okay, here we go. Is this gonna work?
We would be honored if you would join us.
Mara Beaver.
What the freak is going on? Hit the setting. I should be set to that. Okay, where's my settings?
We would be honored
Negotiate
if you would
treaty
join
with
us.
Viceroy.
Negotiating the treaty with the Viceroy.
Okay. That's correct. Why am I getting no sound? Hey, Foggly Doggly, welcome, welcome. We're just celebrating Mara's birthday. It was yesterday. And I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with my setup. Nick, we're about to do some roster reviews, and I'm trying to figure out why we can't.
Credits will do fine.
Happy birthday, Mara. It's your
here
stream
are
now.
alerts
Do
right
the
now.
reviewing lol.
Happy birthday, Mara. It's your stream now. Do the reviewing. She just turned 4 years old. Good poopers. Okay, stay. Now, since we just hit the $10 for her, I'm going to go get one of each of her favorite treats. I'm curious, which one is actually your favorite? She is literally looking back and forth over and over again. So these ones are like bacon strips. These ones are like filled with peanut butter. They're like little soft bone chews that have peanut butter in them. She loves peanut butter, so. Pip. Come on, Pip. Hey, Pip. Oh, that one's your favorite, huh? Okay, okay. I've been curious which one she actually loves. Yeah, when she gets one of the treats that she really, really enjoys, she always has to take it to her spot to eat them. It's a habit that both her mom, her grandma, and herself have. Over here. Yahate. Hip. Yeah, her mouth. Yeah, there is some slobber on my butt right now. Yes, and she also acts like she's very younger than 4. She gets very, very excited around new people. I'm still working on that with her. Okay, let me open up, because I know I opened up these settings the other day, but I don't think I changed anything. Maybe I accidentally bumped like a mute button. Let me go check this. Okay, so we're gonna test this real quick.
Hello there.
Nope, no sound from Kevin. Play, duration, sound volume. I think I just found it. Hold on. How did that get toggled? No, it wouldn't be that.
Hello there.
You guys heard that, right? Was it that easy? Wait, you guys heard the hello there? What if we add noises from OBS to this. And that'll give us sound effects noise. Okay.
Hello there.
You guys can hear a hello there when I do that. Is that correct? So you guys can hear it and I can't. Well, not in the very beginning, but after the first fix it did. Okay, so I don't know why I can't hear it, but you guys can hear all of the sound effects now. Okay, I guess I'll figure this out another day. I'm just glad that you guys can hear it, so that way, you know, the celebrations happen.
Credits will do fine.
Test.
You guys can hear that? Since it was a $2 donation, it should have said credits will do fine, I think. Right? Okay, sweet. Sick. Awesome. I appreciate it. Okay. Dude, our downstairs neighbors just got a dog. And it's driving me nuts because they just literally let it bark all day. And then when they get home, instead of it being quiet, instead they get annoyed by it barking. And so they put it out on their balcony. And so then it's even louder because it's going through less like stuff. And so it's just constant barking all day. Driving me nuts. Anyways. But had you done the bounty hunter journey for this month? Bounty hunter journey. Agreed, Jaka. Agreed. Yes, exactly, Grax. Okay, now before I forget, no, we have an hour. I don't know why that message went out early. Oh, it went out early because it's because the time change. So they haven't had time to reset the time change. Because in the US we still do daylight savings time, and I don't know why. Okay, sick though. Sick, nasty. Getting tons of crystals. That's gonna be an extra 750 crystals. Beautiful. Okay, so great one. Is your stuff in the Discord from last time? It doesn't look like... No, last time you were gone. So we didn't get to you because you didn't show. It doesn't look like I'm seeing you in the Discord at all. So just throw your ally code in the chat and we'll take a look at your account. Bounty hunter journey. We don't have any journey quests. Bounty hunter journey. I'm trying to figure out what you mean by bounty hunter journey. Yeah, Craze, we just started, so we have a list going for the free-to-play people, and then if you want to donate $5 or more for one, you certainly can, my friend. Doing bounty hunter journey quest, but I think it goes off when your payout is. Oh, Oh yeah, okay. So you're talking about the new Lightspeed token quest. Yeah, those hit when your reset hits, and my reset is set to 7 p.m. So I have another 3 hours before I have access to them. So like if I wanted to, I could move my dailies to make it so that way I get them early. But it doesn't really matter because like I have until tomorrow to get them done. So I'm not worried about it. Oh, beautiful. 4,000 crystals, 4,750 crystals. This account is sitting pretty, dude. We are literally going to buy profundity using crystals. It's going to be great. Is it something annoying that you can't upgrade stuff? Is it sometimes annoying that you can't upgrade stuff and have to wait for a video upgrade? I wouldn't say it's annoying. I'm more annoyed at myself because sometimes I'll do that type of thing and then completely forget because I just get really busy. Like I was supposed to do my raid attempts last time and I needed to record them. So I was like, okay, I'll do them tomorrow. So that way I can record them and take the time and do the testing that I need to show off what you need to do for Keller and Beck to get, 600,000 score at minimum mods. And then I just ended up getting super busy the next day. And so I completely forgot about it. And then I didn't get raid rewards. And so it's more frustration at myself because of my forgetfulness, which I'm just going to blame my ADHD on, but I don't know. Regardless, it's more frustration at myself than anything else. I once sent a 5-pack on Nooch's channel. Very nice, Cornflake. Very nice. Super chat or sticker. Either way works for me, Craze, as long as I can get your ally code, my friend. I don't know if there's a difference between super chats and stickers. I don't think I have any, like, anything set up for, like, audio stuff that happens when stickers happen. Or any animations or anything like that. But, yeah. Just unlock Galactic Kylo Ren on free account, but now lack the gear to level him up. Oof, Nick. Big oof. Doing the regular recommends Gear 12 actually working on Gear 12 tier. Yeah, no, it's bad, Rex. You're not wrong. Okay. Great one. Anything that you're looking at specifically, just general information? Was there anything from last time that we talked about that you want brought up this time, and for me to look at it? Anything like that? Okay, do you have? Dope, Craze. Thank you so much for the $5, my friend. We will do you next on our list. Just unlocked Hezra. I'm glad you're taking him up immediately. That was definitely, like, when I saw him, I was like, okay, yeah, he's taking him up. That's good, because that is definitely something that is super, super good. Yes, I am able to see your ally code. As long as you put the X's in there, it shows up. Yeah, let's be choking from Era Journey to and Erodium to Jawa. Heck yeah. I am glad that you're actually going to get Jabba, my friend. So yeah, I definitely think that that is a good idea. Going for that. You're kind of at that point where you're running out of things to do, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But you do have some cleanup to do for sure. So take a quick look at your fleets before I start going around. Okay, looking good enough. Wait, is there no Palpmobile in here? You need to work on the Palpmobile, dude. Good. Looking good. I have a strong inkling that this fleet's gonna get a lifter in the next couple in the next like 6 to 9 months. So I would suggest the Separatists fleet being finished. Muppets isn't a problem. Overall, your ships are looking good. I would just encourage you, because of the way that the fleet meta shifts so much. You know, Raven's Claw really didn't have a home until recently, and now it's like the best fleet in the game for getting holds. I do suggest you go and you finish some of these ships that you have here. Overall, your next GL is obviously Ahsoka, which no one's super pumped about. It's Ahsoka. She's just really okay. But the thing that you do get out of Ahsoka is the fact that you get more Relic 9 materials, which is always nice. But more than Ahsoka, I'd rather see you fix some of your Relic Delta. You have a really great account here, and I don't want to see like pieces flounder, because like you're talking about getting Hezra up. That's great. I want you to have a Hezra up. But when you have a Hezra at Relic 7, but you don't have a Ben Solo at Relic 7, that's a little painful. Also, you're missing a mod on this guy, so make sure you get that done before lock-in. You know, you have Bosch Leia sitting here at Relic 5, so she's severely Relic Delta. To be fair, she does hide behind a really good tank. She is, you know, dealing damage equal to max health with thermal detonators, which is not affected by Relic Delta, but definitely something you look at. Nowadays with Lord Vader, a Relic 5 Bo-Katan just doesn't do anything, because everyone has a full Relic 9 Lord Vader team because of the raid. So I definitely think that there's some Relic Delta in here with some teams that could definitely utilize some upgrades. Afra might be a little bit on the low side, but Amalgus at Relic 5 is rough to see. I just applied my mod loadout to hot utils after you loaded the roster. Sure, great one, sure. Do with getting Jar Jar to relics. I struggle with this team. Like the go-to usefulness for this team for me is Balin Skull. Over the last couple of Datacron sets, Balin Skull has been impossible to kill with this team. I have like a 40% win rate with it. Another big thing that it beats is Jabba, but Jabba's been destroying it with the current Datacron sets. This team has been locked out of the beta with Datacrons very often. And so, and like on defense, they're just okay. A Relic 3 Phoenix will take down Relic 5 Gungans. If you have Relic 9 Gungans, sure, they're gonna need like Relic 7 Phoenix, but still, like, you're fine. So Gungans are not my favorite team overall in the meta, and I think there's other things that will benefit his roster more. Hey, Commander Lex, welcome. Okay, let's take a quick look at your mods real quick. Okay, hold on. We can't look at your mods because mod loadout just got loaded, so let me see if it'll reset the modding. He has mods. Does Lord Vader now have mods? Lord Vader now has mods. Okay, sweet. Let's take a look at your mods now. Your Ray's looking a little low on the damage. Your Sith Eternal looks rough, period. You really have not helped your Sith Eternal succeed at all. I would highly suggest redoing your mods for Sith Eternal. 329 being your fastest unit seems a little slow for an account that's this far in. But as long as you don't have like you do have a pretty bad mod fall off. Yeah. You need to be more stingy with your mods, great one. Your modding looks good for your GLs, but a little subpar for your other characters, and even then some of your GLs are suffering a bit. You got a little bit of a slow Leia. I think you need to work on your mods a bit. So Relic Delta and mods is what I'd go for. And honestly, just based on the stuff that I've seen for it, I might suggest pushing up your Stormtrooper Luke team up to some good relic levels too, because I've seen them do some cool stuff. So overall, be more stingy with your mods. I think your account should be farther along when it comes to modding. Start focusing on mod pairs. You know, you have a Resistance Zero Poe here and Resistance Zero Finn here. Try to get them both over 300 speed and within 30 speed of each other. Queen Amidala and Master Qui-Gon, you want pretty close to each other in the over 300 area. Who's the recent one? Oh, Bo-Katan and Bam, wherever they might be. I gotta search. Oh my gosh, your bow is so slow. Sign ups don't start for another hour, I'm pretty sure. AR, we have like 45 minutes till. Yeah, your Bo-Katan is looking real rough. So I think the big thing for you, if you want to improve this account, is going to be buckling down, finishing mods. Obviously, Relic 7ing the JMK, because that's just common sense. But I think buckling down and upping some Relic levels is going to go a long ways. And with the new era system, you can kind of focus on your roster and not really have to worry about the new characters, which is nice. So Bo's speed, it was like 47 additional speed, so like 196 or something like that. My C doesn't do much in GAC. Yeah, well, here's the problem though, is like it's the same thing with Jornado, I think his name is, that always says SLKR doesn't work for him. Like, yeah, no crap, your SLKR doesn't work for you. He has like 60 speed on him. Like, you gotta give the characters a way to succeed. Sith Eternal Emperor needs good health and good speed. And then he can kill most teams that are not GLs. He disables a lot of Datacrons, which is nice because of the fact that he's a GL. And he can beat Ahsoka in 3v3, and then in 5v5, if they do the Rey Hezra thing, he can beat her there as well. I still get use out of this guy almost every single GAC. So I think it's also a matter of just you haven't given him the love that he needs. Hey, Vader Slaps, welcome, welcome. So that'll be my official diagnosis of this account, is work on your Relic Delta a bit. Get some of your teams that you have going up to a spot where they'll actually feel good and you can utilize them again post Relic Delta, and work on your mods and be stingy with your mods. Violently touches up JML is an interesting turn of phrase, Flick Switch. Thank you for that. Oh. I do like the Relicate Darth Bane. And he's not bad on speed either. He's not quite in the sweet spot that I prefer, but he's not bad. Yeah, I don't think any of us see JML on defense. The only time I've recently seen JML on defense is that freaking 3v3 Bastila JML Watt combo. I'll occasionally see that like once every 6 months in Kyber. But that's kind of it right now. I haven't seen anything, Bobo. I don't think anything's come out. Maybe someone else has seen something. Started using elements. Thank you, Damn Beauty. Hey, Caragol, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I'm glad I could help, my friend. I am currently working on trying to get a progress bar for ourselves for our goals. In fact, do you guys want to see the concept design that I've created for our goal bar? I've been working on this, but I still need some more work. I hit some walls because it's some old software that I'm utilizing to make it, and so it uses slightly different code that I'm familiar with, so I'm struggling. Let's see. Do I have it on the screen? Yeah, it should be right here. Yep. Okay, next on our list is Craze. But yeah, we're setting a goal to trying to get to Disneyland to the do a Disneyland trip and, you know, go there because I still haven't been to Star Wars Land and all that kind of stuff. So planning a trip over there and setting a goal on the channel to try and hit that. And so I've been working on programming that goal so that way it'll not only factor in, because most softwares only factor in like gifted memberships, like total number of gifted memberships, not the price of gifted memberships. They only factor in like the super chats or bits and that kind of thing. And I need something that will factor in all of them. So that way, you know, if you guys gift memberships, it still counts towards the goal, that type of thing. So, excuse me. But yeah, I've been working on it, and so this is the base level version of it that I've developed. So I kind of gave it like a, you know, a wood feel for the Beaver Dam. And then here I can show you guys the animations that I have built in so far. So anytime we go up in a mount, see what did I put as the, I think G is the right button. Yeah, there we go. So it glows every time it goes up, and then if we max it out, fireworks go off on it. And then was it R to reset? Yeah. I don't remember what my other buttons were. I think it was this one. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, so like anytime it goes up, it like glows for a second and then goes up. And so working on this, still got some back end work to do, but the overall, you know, design is finished. Yeah, well, Bobo, I mean, all legendaries requires 7-star. So yes, I am positive that it's going to require 7-star to get them all. That has been something that's been true. Like GLs don't require 7-star, but everything else has always required 7-star. Yeah, Jaka, I'm excited to check it out. Yeah, the last time I went to Disneyland or World was 2015. So, right? Yeah, 2015. So episode 7 had come out and that was basically it. They didn't have any Star Wars new stuff. Galaxy's Edge hadn't been made or anything like that. And this year they're shutting down Galaxy's Edge and making over 50% of it into the original trilogy in preparation for the 50-year anniversary next year. So very excited. So I'm going to go towards the end of the year so that way I can see all of the new stuff and show you guys all the new stuff. I have actually seen that. There's very little South Park that I have watched, but I have watched that, Heinricher. Towards mods in the last year. Very nice. Love to hear it, Craze. Give me a little blurb about your account. What are you currently working on? What have you recently completed? What is your passion projects? What interests you in the game? Are you liking GAC? Is that like your big thing? Do you prefer to work with your guild? Give me an idea so that way I'm not giving you BS advice that won't actually apply to what you're trying to do. Dude, we looked at an account a couple weeks ago where we were looking at like a 3-month account at 8 million GP. Like with the amount of stuff that we can do nowadays with like Lightspeed bundles, it's not at all surprising. That's what I should be working towards. Okay, sounds good. And you're currently what? Erodium? Very nice. Okay, you only have an executor. There's 2 fleets that you're missing right there. Dang, dude, you need to get on top of buying Biston U-Wing shards. That is rough, my dude. Yeah, I agree, Baba. The guy who got that far in that short of time, the amount of money he was spending is insane. I just never liked them until recently. Okay. Well, I mean, they're very, very important. Not being in your top 10 is, like, rough for an account. Okay, so... Queso means cheese in Spanish. There's not a whole lot, like, yes, Relic Delta is going to be affected, and I want you to keep that in mind as you build teams. Don't just, like, finish something and keep moving forward. You do want to take the time to get, like, you know, Relic 6, Relic 7 across the board on, like, especially GL teams and things like that. So keep in mind Relic Delta nowadays. But, like, in Erodium 4, I don't think it's, like, really necessarily a huge pain piece at the moment. Harken, but no clones. So you need to work on some ships. Got a quad bay. I hope you have a Queen's Men to go with them. How's your guild? Are you in a good solid guild that's like Mando ready, or what is your guild doing right now? No JKCK, interesting. Pass me up already. Pretty sure he's spending money outside of Lightspeed bundles. Rote kind of decent. Are you guys doing Mando? Are you Mandalore ready? You are correct, Flick Switch. With your account, you will struggle a bit with raid. You don't have a good raid score currently, but I would go looking for a guild that you can get into that's Mandalore ready, because you do have Mommy Mandalore going, and so you can help out with that event, and then be like, oh, I'm willing to get JKCK, because JKCK, I mean, you have JML, so it's not a bad thing to go for JKCK. Overall, I want you to finish your fleets just in general. There's definitely some things that need to be worked on. Like, you're working on your Marauder, great, love to see it. You should get Leviathan as soon as possible. You have the ships for it and everything. Go for Leviathan, get it done. Keep in mind that you're going to need a lot of crystals to get 7 stars, because a 6-star Leviathan is not that good, but you can fight your way up in your fleet arena. Flick Switch, just Leviathan's current project, good. Even though you don't have Leviathan, or you don't have a 7-star Leviathan, you can fund your 7-star Leviathan by fighting up in your fleet arena. Flick Switch pointed it out. You do have the ships for Leviathan, and one of those ships for Leviathan does make your Executor beat Leviathan with like a near 100% win rate, and that's the Mark 6 Interceptor. The Mark 6 Interceptor, they move everything, and it drives me nuts. Why is my brain not working? Here we go. It says unique instead of reinforcement, so my brain was freezing. Is it this one? No, it's not this one. It's the other one, isn't it? Which of these ships is it? Is it not Mark 6? It's the AoE. That's right. It's not reinforcement, it's AoE. AoE gives tenacity up to all allies. That tenacity up stops Leviathan from ever being able to use its special abilities and ult or anything like that. So they just kind of sit there and do nothing. Thank you. Sorry, I haven't done this counter in... Dude, it's honestly probably been a year. Arnold raid. Did I miss a raid? Well, welcome from the Kyber Club.
I, Hondo Onaka, welcoming you to the Beaver Dam.
So yeah, even though you're working on Leviathan and this is your next project, keep in mind you can fund your 7-star Leviathan with your Executor, or fund your 7-star Executor with your Executor, because you can fly it up through Leviathans with this fleet. So remember my allocate each roster review, or do you carry over the last time if I didn't get picked? We start with a new list, because I'm not going to go through and sit there and go, hey, is Raid Boss Sith here? Hello? And then do it, and then you come back and you're like, hey, I want my roster review. And I'm like, I reviewed your roster. Go find it in the 50 roster reviews that I did. So, but yeah, so keep that in mind that you can fund your stuff, because Leviathan's really doo-doo until you get 7 stars. 6-star Leviathan, garbage. 7-star Leviathan, one of the best ships in the game. So keep that in mind. I would say that I want to see you find a new guild. You know, you have this JKCK sitting here. I don't know why I missed him the first time. You have him right here, but he's almost done. Get him up to Relic 7. You can be Zepho ready. Find a Mandalore ready, a Zepho ready guild. You're gonna have a damn good time doing it. When you get Omicrons, sure, I'd love to see Queen Amidala in here, because you already have the Queen's Men up and running. But yeah, I want you to find a new guild. I want you to finish Leviathan, get your Leviathan up to 7 stars, and then Lord Vader would be my next suggestion to you. Lord Vader is going to not only just be a good GL for you, it'll break you into the bougie bunch, which is what I call JMK, Ahsoka, and Lord Vader. They're all the expensive GLs. But on top of that, you're going to be trying to build out this fleet and get it going anyways. You're already pretty close to Lord Vader. You have the BTLB done. You have the Marauder done. Start working on your dark side clones. Not only is it going to help you find a guild, because you're like, hey, I'm working on dark side clones. They're a ways away, but I'm working on them. But you also need to get this Rex's Arc 170. This is one of those ships that everyone sleeps on picking up shards for. But it's one of those ones like Biscuit's Ewing where you just cannot get shards for it. It's slow going, but it's vital to a lot of counters nowadays, which it didn't used to, which is another indication that I keep mentioning, you guys. Even if a ship or a fleet looks like it's not good, keep in mind CG throws things at us. We thought Phoenix wasn't good forever until they added Krex, and all of a sudden they're a great team. We didn't think that Home 1 was good until they added B-Wing, and all of a sudden everyone needs the Raven's Claw. So make sure that you're picking up shards for Rex's Arc 170 to be able to take down everything that you need to take down, because like, even if you didn't have your Executor, this fleet could punch its way up through your fleet arena, but you need to have Marauder and Rex's Arc 170 done to be able to make sure that you can do every counter for it. So I thought what was horrible. Dude, I jumped from thing to thing quite a bit. Where you would go for Zetas? Like, are you asking like where your next Zeta should go? Your next Zetas should always go to your GL teams. Yeah, Rex's ship is garbage. Don't get me wrong, Rex's ship is straight doo-doo. No one likes Rex's ship. It does nothing, but it's required for counters. Like, I kid you not, all it does is sit there and take hits because it has a high target priority from Executor. And so go look up how to beat Executor with Endurance, and go look up how to beat Leviathan with Endurance. And you bring in Rex's Arc 170 and you bring in 5s, just so that way you have a full clone fleet, so you get Valor at the beginning, as well as they focus down Rex and just kill off Rex. And so it gives you the time to do everything you need to do with your other characters. It really doesn't do anything besides be a ship that will fit certain ramifications so you can beat all of the GL fleets. So it does feel like a garbage ship, and it kind of is, and you probably don't need to upgrade its abilities, but you do need it at 7-star. Yep, it's a bullet soaker, exactly. Next, several Zetas. Well, first things first, I immediately saw this. Captain Drogon without his Zetas is painful, dude. This guy hits like a freight train with his Zetas, and without them does almost nothing with his damage. Like, you should be with your Leia being able to use your last ability on Leia onto Captain Drogon, and then Captain Drogon can essentially one-tap an enemy on the opponent's team. That is essentially what he's there to do. And because you don't have Zetas on him, he doesn't get the extra 50% damage and all that type of stuff. He is severely underpowered when you are not putting his Zetas on. So the Zetas should go on those characters that are part of GL teams for sure. Like if you have to have these ones, obviously, because of the Lightspeed token. But yeah, like Drogon, let's check your Hut Cartel. Good. Nothing on Lando. Lando's I don't think is super important. Yup. No Darkside Ray. Who are your other GLs? You have Ray, right? Okay, so if you have Ray, you look at the resistance. Nothing on Jedi Training Ray, which means that you can't really pull off the cheese of just her not dying ever. Also, this hurts as well. Finn Zeta. Finn Zori is one of the best teams in the game, like defensively, offensively, like fantastic team. This could be a powerhouse on both your defense and offense. I use this team every GAC to kill Ahsoka. This is an incredible team, and you are sleeping on it hard. So Finn Zeta, and then if you can afford it, the Zetas and Omicrons on, or Zetas and Omicron on Zori, and then you get Resistance Hero Finn and Poe up over 300 speed, with Finn being slightly faster, and you are going to do incredible things with that team. It is so annoying. Sith Eternal is not where I'd put my Zetas. You got this guy. I'm glad. Get him up to like Relic 7, get his ultimate done, I guess, and just kind of leave him for a while. When you can afford it, come back to it. And that's another reason why I want you to focus on your ships, is because focusing on your ships will allow you to build up as many Zetas as you need to get things like Sith Eternal, where it's like, this is a good character, this is good, helpful to a roster, but it's also like there's other things that are a much higher priority. So going for ships is always helpful for making it so that way you have the time to, you know, build up what you need. You have Bo-Katan right here. You want IG-12 and Grogu up over 300 speed. You want Bo-Katan slightly slower, so that way you can get your BAM faster than your Bo-Katan. Until you get this Omicron on it, though, I wouldn't worry about it necessarily, because it's this Omicron that allows for that strat to work. It just improves the win rate of almost every team you go against with that. So that one, not as important, but I do want to see the Grogu faster. Drogon also looking slow. Overall, your mods are looking a little slow for your GP level, and so continue to work on mods. Remember, they are not girlfriends. You can't fix her. If it's a bad mod, it's a bad mod. Leia should be speed health. Make sure you're using swago.gg for which mods you're looking to use. Speed health as well for him. That is a really slow SLKR. You got protection in here. Yeah. Over 500 speed, which is good. But yeah, you're over 10,000 damage just because of a Relic 8. Honestly, with where she is, oh gosh. Yeah, protection. So the reason you don't want protection on her, you want health. So make sure you're using Swago.gg, because there's a very specific reason why we're using things on Swago.gg. You know, you go to units, you go like, let's go with Ray, right? We go to Ray, best mods, and you see here health, offense, and then you can see exactly what people are using. You know, some people are using health, some people are using offense, almost no one is using speed. It's because if you look here, average speed is 522 in Kyber. We don't care necessarily about speed. If you drop your speed to 500, great, because it makes her more uncertain for when her ultimate's going to hit. So I would swap out your arrow to an offense mod probably, because you don't have much offense on the character. And so I'd probably switch it out for an offense mod. But that being said, the reason that everything here does offense or health is because Lifeblood, when you do the Lifeblood, she takes her health and turns it into bonus protection for allies. And so because it's taking from her health, if you have extra health on her, you're increasing the amount of bonus protection you're giving to your allies. If you have protection, all you're doing is making Ray a little bit beefier, and that's basically all you're doing. So make sure you're going through Swago.gg so you know exactly what mods should be on which characters. I can fix Leia. Oh gosh, I work on mods every day. Did not mean to click that. That's good. I'm glad you're focusing on mods and making it a priority, because a lot of people don't. But focusing more on your mods and making sure your characters have the right mods is going to be something super, super helpful. Working on your ship's going to give you time to build up Zetas, so that way you don't have a JKCK with only one Zeta. And that being said, also, you know, make sure that you're focusing on getting into like a good guild, getting good rewards out of things. I love the fact that you have the Queen's Men. That's awesome. I love the fact that you have JKCK, Mommy Mando. You should be in a guild where you get benefits from that. Going for Lord Vader, you're also going to get the clones, which should benefit you at least until July to, I'm going to say probably July to November, depending on what DG does, because I doubt they're actually going to be on time with the new raid. So, you know, help your ships. Leviathan, great. Fight your way up in your fleet arena. Spend your Zetas on the things that are going to benefit your roster right now. Don't be investing in things that are not super helpful. Like, I still own Boba Fett and I use him on my Hutt Cartel team, and I still have not put a Zeta on. Like, it's not worth your time. So put it on the things that are transformative, like Drogon Zeta and JKCK Zetas, and, you know, that type of thing. Maul does everything he really needs to do with 0 Zetas. You can leave him for now. So prioritize the ones that are transformative. And if you are confused, like you don't understand the mechanics of the team and what's supposed to be happening, Arnold, speaking of, Arnold just raided us. I appreciate you, Arnold. Thank you so much for the raid. We'll hit this button again, since a lot of you guys weren't here for it.
Welcoming you to the Beaver Dam.
Yes, it was just an example that was on my screen, Ladarius. But anyways, Arnold has a great list. You can go and you could just type in Arnold Zetas, and you can filter by team. It's a spreadsheet with every single team in the game. You can filter by team, and you go, oh yeah, the Inquisitors, and it'll give you which ones are high tier Zetas, which ones are mid tier Zetas, and so on and so forth. So that's good, Craze. Yeah, mods are one of the most important things in the game for sure. Just keep in mind, it's not just speed. I know that's a lot of us talk about is, you know, speed is the most important thing. It's the most important meal of the day, and we're serving it up Gary's way. But also what the mods do for primary stats, secondary stats, yes, it's important to have. Like, for instance, this is a fantastic mod for someone who is an attacker that requires protection. So like, this would be a fantastic mod, for instance, for like Stormtrooper Luke or one of the Gungans or Keller and Beck, because you're getting 3% offense, which you want offense on attackers. You're getting 23 speed, which is fantastic. And then the protection is based around their kits. You know, Keller and Beck deals damage equal to protection. He also shares offense equal to protection, stuff like that. So this would be a great mod on a lot of characters. Whereas for Rey, because it's not health or offense, you're severely limiting how much this mod is helping out the character. Because if you switch this to an offense mod, you're getting 8% offense over a 3% offense. If you switch it to a health mod, you're getting a whole bunch of health that's going to make your entire team more beefy. So I like the focus on mods. I just want you to start not just paying attention to having good speed, but making sure that you're having the correct mods for the kit. And I get it, these kits are paragraphs upon paragraphs. That's why I say use SoGo.gg, because we don't need you to theory craft. We just need you to make sure that you have the best that you can do. That's what we're looking for here. So focus on that type of thing and you should do great. So we'll just look at SoGo.gg, what the perfect mods are for people, because often an extra 10 speed is not nearly as important as them one tapping an enemy. So wait, there's stats that aren't speed? Sounds like heresy. Sounds good, Nick. You have a great day, my friend. Thank you, Milton. I am hydrating. Okay. I'm Kyber 2 right now. I wish I could have somebody look at my mods and remod my whole crew. Lol, he's so close to Kyber 1. I mean, Tim Mayer, Gimpo exists. It's going to cost you money, but if you want someone to look at your mods and completely redo your entire roster's mods, there's literally a guy who sells his services for it. And he doesn't do it like based off of hot utils or anything. He like goes through your roster specifically, asks you, hey, this is what, you know, you enjoy. You'll enjoy GAC. Okay, we'll do it this way. Or, oh, you like territory wars? We'll do it this way. Saves mod profiles for you, all that kind of stuff. It'll cost you a pretty penny, but if you need someone to do it, he's the best guy that I know for doing that type of thing. And he's very, very personalized with it. So like I literally went through with Pimpo, and I talked to a guy who had gone through Pimpo's mod service, and then I went through with Pimpo after the fact and went, why did you do this mod versus putting it on someone else? Why did you do this instead of doing this? And went through everything, and he's like, yeah, it's because they're using this. Well, this is because they needed the 6-dot mods, even though they don't need the speed for the character because they're not using the character, but they need the 6-dot mods for the fleet. Like, he has it all down to a science and an exact reason why he's putting every character at where he is. So if you're willing to spend some money, go check out Pimpo's mod service. Something about working queen. Should I prioritize her? I just got her. She is one of the best teams in the game. I don't think it's a bad thing to prioritize her whatsoever. Not a whole lot of Zetas and Omicrons required for her as well. So I definitely think you should add it to your list. You know, Leviathan is your top priority right now. As soon as you finish Leviathan, fantastic. Then I'd switch over and finish Quadme. If you finished all your gear and stuff like that, yeah, finish the Quadme. Big thing right now, find a guild. That is your first and top priority. But overall, I want Leviathan, I want Queen Amidala, and I want you to start working your way towards Galactic Republic and Lord Vader. That'll get you into good guilds and stay in good standing with your guild, because you can literally look for a guild and say, hey, I am Mando ready. I am going to be Zepho ready soon. I just have to finish my current 2 projects that are fairly short. And then I'm going to go towards the clones and Lord Vader. And so I can get a better score in the raid for you guys as well until the new raid comes around. So like, you have all of the stuff that you're building towards, not only for a good roster, but then you're also building towards being a good guild mate and making sure that you can find a good guild right now. So your first step is find a good guild right now and make some promises. Your next step is to fulfill those promises in an order that suits your roster. So Leviathan, Queen Amidala, and then start pushing towards your Lord Vader. Make sure you're picking up those Rex shards and those Biston Ewing shards. I don't care if it costs you Zetas. I don't. Save extra currency from your fleet arena. I want to see a Profundity in this account, and I want to see your Negotiator fleet done. I want to see both of those happen, but the problem is the Galactic Republic fleet, the Endurance, the Negotiator, whichever one you're using for whichever counter, it requires that you have Rex's Arc 170, and the problem with Profundity is it requires Pistons Ewing, and both of those don't come around very often, so make sure you're paying attention, make sure you're checking not only Fleet Arena to see if it's in here, but then also make sure you're checking your guild events, because they will also show up down here, and so you can pick them up whenever you can. So make sure that you are picking up both of those ships. You need them. How do you know what secondary stat mods needs for a character other than speed? Also, if you have 10 speed on a mod but flat stats, should you sell if it's looking for room for new mods? What is considered a good mod other than speed? Anything with percentage stats is going to be prime example. If you have 10 speed on a mod but flat stats, I wouldn't say you immediately sell it. I'd say it's a hand-me-down mod until all your characters are over 10 speed, and then you would look at selling it. Like for now, I don't think you're at that point where every character you have has 10 speed on it, so I would save it. That being said, when it comes to knowing what stats you need, you can either look at the stats for like the character and kind of like figure out just like what is the character, you know, like if you're looking at a tank, percentage on protection, on health, obviously going to be nice. If you're looking at a attacker, offense obviously is going to be nice. Just look at the characters that you are utilizing and what their role on the team is, and you can basically just guess what the stat is that you should have. So you're looking for percentage stats, and then just look at their role in the team. Are they a tank? Do they need to be beefy? Are they an attacker? Do they need to hit hard? All that type of stuff, that should kind of lead you to what you need. And keep in mind, there are some times where flat stats are important. For instance, if you're using an attacker, you have good speed on your offense square. Great. Well, you can't roll offense percentage as a secondary roll because you have it as a primary roll. So maybe some flat offense will be a nice little, nice little sprinkle on top for an attacker. So. My chat glitching? I don't see a youngling killer in here. Oh, is that the name of his account? Is that what you guys were talking about? No, it's not. Okay. Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about then. Oh, it's in my guild? Oh yeah, look at that. Right there. Okay. Yeah, I think he and I probably have the wildest names in the guild. Anyways, let's get into our free list. I don't have a whole lot of time for today, unfortunately. I've got about 30 minutes left before I gotta get going. So let's jump into our free list. Okay, we got Wavy Tone, Ladarius, and Alex as our first three. So make sure you're ready for your roster review. If I don't see you in chat, we will skip you. Okay, sweet. And before I jump in, I'm just going to swap accounts and make sure both of my accounts are signed up, because I don't need to miss another week of GAC on the main account, because that sucked. Oh, and to answer your question, Milton, if you're here, no, you have not. We just got to the free list. Okay, both accounts are signed up. I'll probably sign up one more time on the free-to-play just to make sure I have the Lightspeed tokens tonight. Let's jump in. Okay, this should be Wavy Tone. Wavy Tone. Wavy Tone says, here, let's get our timer going. You guys will have to let me know when the timer goes off because I am not looking at it. Was wondering if I should go for Ahsoka or improve my relic levels after getting Sith Eternal while we wait on Spider-Man Rex, since I plan on just waiting until all Mace Rex to be in the Era Lightspeed tokens since I don't have Lord Vader yet. Makes sense. Okay, so we're looking at your relic levels to see if it's worth taking the time. Okay, here's where your relic 5s are. What are you looking at? So, considering how important relic levels are in today's modern society, I would probably say Ahsoka. Your relic levels aren't necessarily bad. I do think there should be a little bit of cleanup here. Like, I think the Jedi Knight Revan should go up, the Savage should go up at the bare minimum. I definitely think those are a little bit undervalued. I also think the Basilisk should go up to relic 6. So I think you have like 3 or 4 characters that I'm like, ooh, I would go and take this character up right now. But I don't think it's like a huge deal. I think you've done pretty well with your relic delta, and there's some teams that like I'd like to see come up. Like I'd like to see the Treya team fully come up to like relic 7, but it's not like you're not dying. And so like maybe some relic 6s and some relic 7s around the board would be a good thing. I think a relic 7 Marin would go a good way. A relic 6 Bo-Katan, a relic 7 Savage and Jedi Knight Revan. Would be some good stuff to take up right this moment. But then after that, I would definitely go for Ahsoka, because you can get the Relic 9 materials off of the just Relic 9 Ahsoka, as well as the Imperial Remnant. You have to take up to Relic 7 for her, and taking the Imperial Remnant up to Relic 7 is going to give you more materials for relicking anyways. And then maybe taking them up to 9. I still haven't myself. I probably should. But it's hard to justify 3 Relic 9s, especially when for those 3 Relic 9s specifically, I have to gamble on the fact on a 1 in 3 chance that I get Relic 9 materials instead of a 1 in 2 chance, like all the other opportunities to get Relic 9s are from those types of events. So I would probably do that. So I'd take a little bit of time, not a ton, and just work on a couple things. But you've already done a good job of kind of mitigating your Relic Delta on this account. So I'm not super worried. 1, 2, and 3. Beautiful to see. I think your plans aren't bad. And yeah, I think that's what I would do, is just do some Relic Delta for a hint of a moment, just to get a couple key characters done. And then I'd swap off and move straight into Ahsoka. Because as much as we don't like Ahsoka, and Ahsoka's just there's so much associated with her that's so good value-wise that like it hurts that people don't look at her the same way as they look at Jabba, because they look at that magnificent booty and they're like, oh yeah, I want Jabba. But yet they don't look at Ahsoka that way, and Ahsoka comes with 2 sets of Relic 9s if you're willing to put the effort in, and 2 events to Jabba's singular event for just mods. And so, you know, I think that there's definitely an argument to be made for Ahsoka being prioritized. But then had platoons and other teams, so he's been waiting until after this conquest, so I'm getting Satele. Okay, yeah, fair. But you're taking them up, which is good. So, a little bit of Relic Delta, yes. don't think you need anything more than that. And I agree, Commander Lex. I do like Glat in Rote. It's a super nice team, especially because like the special mission, or not special, the combat mission on like Zepho is a pain in the butt, but you can basically full auto it with Ahsoka. Like there's definitely some really good times in Rote that very, very helpful. Additionally, in the same way that like Galactic Republic, you're getting Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon to do some gross things at Relic 9. Honestly, the Night Trooper and the Death Trooper Peridia do some crazy things with Great Mothers. I've been very impressed with their performance, specifically with Great Mothers. So let me take a quick look at your mods, and then we're done. Jabba the Slut. Seems a little slow for Jabba. 500 speed, 10,000 damage, a little fast on the Ray, but I don't think that's necessarily an awful thing unless you're using like speed mods. Looking good. You don't have a bad mod fall off, or you're struggling with mods? Looks like you're struggling with mods. Your mods are a little iffy. You definitely could use some more work on your mods. Where's your Master Qui-Gon? Am I blind? I have to be blind. There's no way he's that far down. I have to be blind. We'll go to Galactic Republic. Dang, dude, why is he so slow? Yeah, you have some mod work to do. Remember, mods are not girlfriends. Start being very stingy with your mods. But yeah, your mods are a little bit lower than I would expect for a roster like this. So start pushing your mods a bit harder. Those also need considerably less investment, but partially because people are just slow at adapting. Like it took a year for truly to see the light from Poncho Bros. I think the moment that Poncho Bros became truly like this is vital, is like the moment they started adding these lightspeed tokens this year. Because like before you could get away with modding the old way because characters still took a while to get. So the only way that it was like vital is if you started buying lightspeed bundles. Because you just didn't need to go through as many mods because you were not getting characters that fast. But with this year, it's just like you're either getting the Queen's Men or you are sucking at this game as a free-to-play player. Like there is no in between. So after PK Honda, I'll be focusing on mods and Relic Delta for a while. Yeah, Relic Delta I think is one of the biggest things that we see in these accounts when I'm doing roster reviews. It's like you need to fix Relic Delta. Okay. Next up we got Ladarius, and then on deck we have Alex RG and Pancake Platoon. So make sure you guys are here and ready to go. About to start Jabba Rex and Profundity, unlocking conquest characters. This next proving ground is just unlocked Amidala and Trench. Amidala and Trench. Okay, well, don't touch Trench. Don't touch Amidala either. She's 14. Start Jabba Rex and Profundity, unlocking conquest characters. This next proving ground. Yeah, Trench, you're gonna know her. Good. Amidala and the boys are never a bad thing. Yeah, the Queen's Men is always a fantastic thing to invest in, so I don't think that's a bad thing whatsoever. Doing organic chemistry in the meantime, I mean, that's one way to pass the time during one of my streams. Sure, Thomas, sure. Vader, I was adamant that I would never get Lord Vader or Rey until like the very last GL that I needed, and I got both of them much sooner than I was expecting. Okay. So here's the good news about this account. Here's the bad news about this account. Here's the good news about this account. Every single thing that I would suggest to help this roster right this moment is what you're claiming you're working on. So if you're actually working on what you're claiming you're working on, looks like it's going to be a damn good roster. Because my first two things are, where's the Jabba? Where's the Queen's Men? Guess who's solving that right now? Ladarius. Oh no. What did Ladarius say? Ah, he accidentally hit spacebar instead of N in the word getting and got banned because he said the letter G by itself. I need more GLs, but I keep getting a conquest character or legendary just to put and just postpone the GL. Yeah, it's one of those things that it's definitely like hard because you're like, ooh, a piece of candy for sure. So, I 100% get it. But like, especially when you're running low on Omicrons, it's better to just go for the GL and not go for a new conquest character. It's not actual banned, it's just timed out. It's a roll preventative measure. Yeah, you only have Executor, so I'm glad you're going for Profundity. You have a Rogue One. You have a Rogue One. Beautiful. Yeah, I can't be saying those naughty words. How dare you say the letter G? I wouldn't worry about... I don't know. Do you have the Omicrons for Balin? That's the question. Because, like, Queen Amidala, you can drop a Zeta and an Omicron and the team's basically done. But with Balin, you need all three of his Zetas and all three of his Omicrons. So... what's really stupid, Craze? Yeah, I think that Balin can hold off for a bit. I don't know. Because he kind of requires all three of his Omicrons to really function perfectly. I do like the fact that you're going and you're doing the things that I would suggest for sure. Agree with that, Thomas. Not being able to say the letter. Craze, I don't know if you were around on Nooch's channel when he started having all of the trolls that would come around trying to say the N-word, one letter at a time. But it was constantly happening and they keep switching accounts, and I got sick of having my mods have to time them out and ban them. And so, because they would come to my channel, they'd come to other people's channels, and I was sick of trying to deal with it. So instead, I just banned the letter G. So anytime someone tries to do that, they just instantly get banned. And I don't have to worry about it, and my mods don't have to have a headache. So, it might be stupid, but blame trolls. Night Sisters? What about Night Sisters? It says Great Mother's also missing Zetas, which I honestly is kind of low priority because they can kind of do everything they need to without them. Yeah, no Zetas, no Omicron. I'm not super worried. They still do most of what they need to do without the Zetas. Look at your mods because I know we're out of time for your account. Okay, that's promising. And that's a pretty harsh mod fall off for a 10 million account. Yeah, you need to start focusing on your ships a bit more. Dude, you're so out of Zetas right now. You're so out of Omicrons. You're so far behind on Zetas. You need to stop going for the new piece of candy. I know you keep getting new characters. I know you keep going, but you're going for like full teams that are requiring tons of Zetas. Like the Balin Skull team requires 5 Zetas and 3 Omicrons. Quad May is one that's like 3 Zetas and 1 Omicron, and you're good. Like, stop going for these big massive projects, because you're really screwing yourself here. You need to take some time, do some relic delta fixing, perhaps do some mod fixing for sure, and do some fleet farming, which I appreciate that you're looking at going for the profundity for sure, but like you're looking at about to get Jabba, which is a vitally important thing in your roster, but then you're not going to have any Zetas for Jabba or for Bosch Leia, which is what stops like every counter to Jabba. Like you're severely undervaluing your account by continually going for new things, and you need to take some time and you need to build upwards and not outwards. Stop building outwards. Finish some of the things that you currently have in your roster. You have a Basilishan Fallen who's sitting here at Relic 3. You have a Marin that's sitting here at Relic 5. She does basically everything she needs to do with Relic 7 if you put her with garbage Night Sisters. Get some Relic Delta done, fix some Relic Delta stuff, do some ships, that type of thing, and focus on your mods. Put some more crystal refreshes in your mods. Slow yourself down on going onto the major farms. Yes, I want you to finish the Queen Amidala. Yes, I want you to finish the Jabba. Push off the Balin for now. The Balin's just too many Zetas, too many Omicrons to really justify right this moment. You can come back to him in a little bit. But the Queen Amidala team is going to get you value, as well as one of the best GL killer teams in the game. Jabba's going to get you more mods so you can help fix your mods. So, like, Great Mothers is not the greatest Zetas in the world. They are not vital to the character. They are helpful, though. So your Zetas are you're way too far into Zeta debt right now, and you're just increasing that by going for new things. So take a break for a bit, stop going for new things, get your Chrysanthemum up to Relic 7, get your Botch Leia up to Relic 6, get your Captain Rex up to Relic 7 in preparation for Leia, I don't care. Do some Relic Delta fixing. Going for Profundity I think is going to be a great step in the right direction for fixing some of your Zeta debt. But yeah, you're pushing outwards too much. Push upwards, not outwards. Focus on teams that aren't going to take an entire amount of Zetas. Focus on teams where you can utilize the team with just a little bit of Zetas in your roster. So yeah, I saw where your Balin is, but like you're agreeing to 2 more Zetas and 3 Omicrons just to make it so the team can really truly function. Building up and not out is the most important and boring thing that is essential to account growth. No new character dopamine hits. Yes, exactly. Did you like my Dark Ray? I do like the Dr. Dre at Relic 9. I love to see a fellow enjoyer of the snap, because oh my gosh, that animation is crisp. This is one of the few times that the channel has forced me to Relic 9 a character, and I haven't regretted it. Especially because with Relic Delta, a Relic 9 Darkside Ray could like one-tap a Relic 7 PK Hondo once he's alone, and it's kind of entertaining to watch that happen. Solid speed, 150. Sounds good, Commander Lex. You have a great day, my friend. Well, that's the thing, is if you don't have a JMK, like, what are you going to use Cat for? Like, Cat's, sure, like, she's good, but unless you have enough to get her Force Leap Zeta and her own Path Zeta, you're not really getting much out of the character. You can at least drop, like, 1 Zeta on her and throw her on a Ray team like I do, and get some gross, increase 50% health, offense, and critical damage, and tenacity on a Ray team, which is fun, but she's not like super important. Like there are so many other characters I'd put and prioritize over it. You got your Bosch Leia that you're getting with Jabba. You've got there's so many in this roster that need the Zetas, and without JMK, Cat's just like this is a solid character. Yeah, I'm using her on a Padme team as well. It gets me a win against Imperial Remnant constantly. but I don't know. There's a whole lot of other ones that are much better in here. Give me my flowers, man. I said Dr. Dre to Relic 9. Weird how every Datacron set there's always one that hard counters Jabba. Yeah, it's kind of weird that they've been doing that. Which, like, artificially makes Jabba feel less good. And so, like, I keep hearing people go, oh, we need to get a lifter for Jabba. And it's like, no, they just need to stop making Datacrons that specifically kill Jabba. Beaver getting JMK or GTA 6. I mean, to be fair, I would be at JMK right now if I didn't go for the Relic 10 Bo-Katan team. Because, like, what do I have left? Done. Gosh, what still needs to be done? Cody and Jedi. Yeah, so Wat Tambor to Relic 7, Grandmaster Yoda to Relic 8, and Cody to Relic 5. So, like, I'm 3 characters away from JMK. So, like, I'll have them done, I don't know, whenever I can finish these freaking characters. Because, bruh, I am so out of droid brains, and I have nothing when it comes to the rest of this. So the last couple Relic levels are going to take forever on these guys, and honestly I may take a break from them for a little bit and focus on the JMK characters, just so, because it doesn't really require any of those things to get those characters up, and then I can take the time, build up some of those materials, and then come back to them and finish them up over the next month and a half. So well, then to add Dr. Dre to the pool, since everyone else was suggesting bottom of the barrel characters, I want to have a chance at something that looked at least mid. Well, it worked, Heinricher. I appreciate you, my friend. Because Wat Tambor is first introduced in the scene where Obi-Wan is sneaking through the droid factory on Geonosis and listens in on the conversation between the Newt Gunray, Wat Tambor, who else is there? I don't remember who else. Den Dooku. The Techno Union Army is at your disposal. How much speed does your dark side ray have? I actually don't know. Less than yours. Exactly what I need was more defense. You're killing me. Dude, it's a 1 in 3 chance. Are you freaking kidding me? Well, there goes all that. Oh, gosh. Heinricher say a G in there. Turn down for Watt. Whereas Watt's ruined voice doing the turn down for Watt. Oh, the place says he's adjusting. Oh gosh. How do you have maxed attenuators? WTF? Because I don't do my mods very often on this account. And I get a ridiculous amount. What happened to my green screen? I just realized. Oh, it's Mara laid down on my green screen. That's what happened. Yeah, Mara wrapped herself in the bottom of my green screen. And that's why you guys can see the corners of my green screen right now. I love that. Okay. It's just you just spelled your G, but there's a. Oh my gosh. Heinricher, that's 600 seconds that you're gone now. That's 10 minutes. Stop saying the letter G. Which of the era characters would you focus on? IG-90 Darth Vader, Duel's End, Storm's Luke, or Inquisitor Barriss? The only two that are really worth most people's attention is Darth Vader, Duel's End, or Stormtrooper Luke, because everyone kind of has the stuff to go with them. If you have a Afra, it might be worth an IG-90 as well. But if you're just choosing one, probably the most powerful is Darth Vader's Duels or Stormtrooper Luke. I haven't seen the data yet on how good they are. I should probably look up that data and take a look. But I was seeing some gross stuff early on from Stormtrooper Luke, and I know for a fact Darth Vader, Vader's End, or Duel's End, or whatever it's called, David, is like insane. He's one of the best defensive teams right now with the current Datacron sets. I choose to believe it was slurs. Shame on you, Heinricher. Oh gosh. I gotta be honest, I don't remember where we were in the roster review, if we kind of gave you our final thoughts. Ladarius, I feel like we did. I feel like we talked about it. We got off topic. We're gonna move on to the next one. Alex, are you here? If not, we are moving on to Pancake Platoon as our last roster review. New character coming tomorrow. Is everyone excited? Okay, I did sign up. Good. Okay, no Ladarius. Pancake, are you here? Or it's not Ladarius. Alex. Pancake, are you here? Not really excited. I mean, it'll be nice to get like a boost in Coliseum, so because Coliseum feels really stale as like in the first two characters, it's felt super stale, and both this as well as last season. And it was once we got like 3 characters is where it started feeling good. So I'm hoping that it feels the same way. Flick Switch, technically you are incorrect. You missed it by... Actually don't know. What's your name in Discord? It's not Flick Switch. Are you Hades? Are you Zyrael? Hades? You missed it by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You missed it by 5 because everyone messaged at the same time. Oh yeah, it's not really about using her though. It's about getting her up in Coliseum and getting the materials from her unlock for Coliseum to give yourself a boost. Yeah, because all of you guys send at the same time and then it comes into me. And so whoever has the fastest internet connection is who gets it to me fastest, essentially. Because you hit send and then it has to go up to the server and then come to me. Okay, this is pancakes, right? Yay. Yay. Okay, just finished JMK, wondering where to go next. I plan on finishing Conquest units first, such as Darkside Ray. I also need Leviathan, but I mainly got knocked out of Kyber because of Conquest units. Just like a lack of power, essentially. I love seeing Darth Bane above a GL. That's kind of cool. Should it be happening? Not necessarily, but I do think it's cool. He deserves to be up there with the GLs. Also, the Relic 10 Darth Bane has my respect. Okay, so it sounds like you're saying you got kicked out of Kuiper because of lack of teams. Dude, my university that I went to used fiber optic connection, but then they used like the worst router packages possible. And so we'd have fiber optic connection that could go up to like 2 gigabytes per second, but the routers for the Wi-Fi would only do about like 30 megabytes per second. And then they would block off the ports. And so you wouldn't be able to use an Ethernet connection to be able to get the full amount. It was literally the worst because it's like, dude, I am literally being gate kept away from gigabyte internet just because they didn't want to pay for a better router and they won't let me buy a router and plug it in. Like, I'm losing my mind here. I was so upset. Dang, Flick Switch, that's crazy. Executor profundity. Lifting the Rex Arc 170. You need so many Zetas, dude. Hey Cypher, welcome. This might be stupid. I say might be. This is stupid. You are moving too fast. But the problem isn't that you're missing out on your Relic Delta, because honestly, your Relic Delta is not terrible. Like, yes, there are people in here that could use some ups in Relic levels, like, you know, Darth Treya, Dark Trooper. Like, there's definitely some people in here that I would highly suggest to you that you go and you take up your characters and stop going for new characters for a bit. Go for the Leviathan 100%. But you're talking about, like, you need these Conquest characters. The problem is, you can't do these Conquest characters. Going for Leviathan and getting a 7-star Leviathan will allow you to, you know, pull things onto offense, because you can let your ships kind of decide the fate of your GAC a bit more. So you should do that. But going for the ships and going for these Relic Delta, it's going to be what gives you the time to get these Zetas and these Omicrons, because you may have these Conquest characters in your roster that you want to utilize. You may have a Malgus. Great. You know, you may have a Malak. Great. Both of these require Zetas, and he requires an Omicron at least, if not 2. You know, you have characters in your roster that look very sexy, but they require a lot of Zetas and Omicrons. So focusing on your Relic Delta, I think, is going to be the strat. But as a side strat, because you've done pretty good on your Relic Delta and your account doesn't look too bad for Relic Delta, yes, I'd like to see some Relic Delta being done just to give you time to get these Zetas up and running. But additionally, consider the Imperial Remnant. You're almost done with them. You just need one more to 7 stars. Once this guy gets to 7 stars, boom, you're instantly having more mod materials. Get them up to Relic 7. They're required for a GL, but on top of that, they give you some extra characters to play around with your great mothers that you're looking at building. I saw them in your roster. But on top of that, you're also looking at a instant Qui-Gon Jinn counter. It's also a team where you're getting a lot of materials from the Paw Patrol. So like overall, I think the Paw Patrol might be something that you go for soon. Just as a side project, you don't need to put Zetas into the team. All you got to do is just get them up. So that way you can use them in the event, essentially. So not a bad side option, not something I usually suggest to accounts, but I feel like your Relic Delta isn't awful, and you're in a spot in your account where it's more about having options than it is about having a whole bunch of teams at high Relic level when you're trying to punch into Kyber like this. So there's definitely some things to work on with your Relic Delta. Your Relic Delta does have some struggles throughout and could use some work, but after you finish, like the Ben Solo, the Bastila, the key characters that really feel like they'll make an influence on things, because like she just runs a turn meter train around people. So as long as you have like the Relic 7 Emperor Palpatine, you should be fine. Like the Finn Zori team, they kind of do everything they need to at Relic 5. You're fine there, things like that. So like you have a lot of characters that can kind of pull off a lot, even with Relic Delta in effect. But finish off the key couple characters, then consider Imperial Remnant and Leviathan. Try to focus on things that don't need Zetas, because you need a whole bunch of Zetas for Jedi Master Kenobi. You need a whole bunch of Zetas for JML that you still only have 3 on. You have a whole bunch of Zetas for all the other projects you're doing. You just need to stop building out new teams, and you need to start focusing on fleets. And honestly, I don't think that this is an account that shouldn't be in Kyber. I think that you are bringing too much on defense and not enough on offense, and you need to start playing for banners, because like you're farming for Datacrons. You have Datacrons in your roster, so utilize those Datacrons, put tough things that people struggle with on defense. Whatever you see enemies putting on defense and that you really struggle with, throw that on defense. But like, take most things on offense. Be more efficient than the enemy. That's what you got to do. So yeah, not a single Zeta or Omicron on your Inquisitors, besides the ones that you got for free, of course. Dang. Yeah, you are so far behind on Zetas. You have teams that are fantastic, but they can't be fantastic because they don't have Zetas. So I am officially out of water, which is perfect timing because I need to leave. Anyways, yeah, so there is a lot of Zetas and Omicrons that you need in this roster. And in going for a lot of Conquest characters, you're going to make the Omicrons worse, but you're going for a lot of GLs, you're going to make the Zetas worse. You got to find other things to work on. Relic Delta, Imperial Remnant, go for the value farms, do the ships, that type of stuff. That is what's going to give it to you. You also have a Iden Versio who's not relicked yet, but you have the rest of the fleet done. Go get your Iden Versio done. So you have some stuff to work on. Faux shizzle. I mean, I don't know what you're insinuating, Arctic Gaming, because there's not really any way to throw to make sure that that works. You could slow your way to Kyber by getting 2 wins a week and not 3 wins in a Rhodium to make sure you maximize Zetas without going into Kyber, but there's not really any way to do that effectively, Arctic Gaming. To like try and play the system to have yourself stay in a Rhodium and maximize Zetas. Yeah, your mods are looking pretty solid. You're missing the Omicron here, so I'm not going to get on your case about the BAM being faster. You got some characters that could definitely use some speed. Qui-Gon Jinn's a little slow. Darth Revan and Jedi Knight Revan are both a little slow. So yeah, you definitely still have some things to get done, but overall your mods are looking pretty good for the area that you're at. Yeah. What's his ex? I don't know, Pancake. Tell us about your ex-girlfriend or boyfriend. What's his Zeta account, did he say? I know he has one Omicron to apply. Doesn't look like he told me how many Zetas, but I'm guessing 0 considering how many that he needs. Get another Zeta tomorrow, probably. Yeah, so he's getting one Zeta tomorrow. That's basically it. Which may go on JMK. You already have the... There she is. I was like, gosh, I hope I'm blind. If you don't have cat, I'll stab you. Okay, we're good. Yeah. Oh, total, like, how many Zetas are in his account? Oh, I don't know. That's information I'm not willing to go look up. Anyways. Big stretch. Got a top 200 Rex on speed. Nice. Just to give my humble brag. I am one of 2 baby bows at Relic 10. Because I'm just built different. You know what I mean? So I'm in top 2 for baby bows at Relic 10. There you go. Arctic Gaming's got you for the stats. Anyways. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate all of you guys. But yeah, I feel like a lot of the overall, like, this is what you guys got to do kind of thing. Stop. You need to start building up and not building out. It is the biggest difference that they are starting to push with Relic Delta is they want you to build upwards. And honestly, it'll slow you down and it'll get you the Zetas. So work on mods, work on Relic Delta, work on ships, build out your Zetas, stop going for a new team. Balin sucks without his Omicrons. Most characters suck without their Zetas. Start building up, not out. So thank you guys for watching. It has been a damn good time being here with you. One quick thing that I want to do with those of you who are still here. Can you guys tell me what you guys think of this? So we'll open up a battle really quick on both. We'll bring you guys back over the screen so you can see it for a second. I want your opinions on this. So we'll open up this battle real quick and show you guys what it looks like. I want your just quick opinion. Okay. Come on, give us a turn. I need at least a turn. Okay, sweet. Well, there's no longer him. He's gone. Okay. And then we're going to go over to ships and show you guys ships real quick. Yes, this looks like I'm crazy over here. Give me a sec, guys. We'll get to the point of what I'm showing you. Okay, hurry up. Okay. Okay. Sweet. Now, I have set up a new way of doing YouTube Shorts, and I want your guys' opinion. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So one of my biggest problems with Swago content creators when they upload YouTube Shorts is that they're like super zoomed in and you can barely tell what's going on. And so, oh, very nice, Thomas. And so I've been working on a new setup for YouTube Shorts so that way you guys can see everything. And so what I've done is I've zoomed it in a bit so because we don't really need the corners, and then I've also scrunched it in a bit. And so I'm liking how it looks, but I want your guys' opinion on what you guys think for overall visibility and that type of thing. So this is what we got instead. So this is, oh, that's loud. Get out of here. So okay. You'll be able to see basically all of it. It'll be a little scrunched, but you'll be able to see them. You're gonna miss obviously like the buttons. I can't show the buttons, otherwise it becomes super scrunched and looks absolutely terrible. But then ships also, you have all of the ships on screen. You're not going to be missing any of the information of who's attacking or anything like that. Does that look good to you guys, or what do you guys think? Because like I've been working on this, trying to fiddle with it like for like 2 hours last night, trying to see the best way that I like it. And I like this, and I think it's a good solid thing to make it so that way you guys can see everything happening on screen without, you know, because unfortunately we're not playing a vertical resolution game. It makes it hard to do this kind of thing on, you know, short form content. So Jaka says it looks good. What is everyone else's thoughts? Rather that than it cut off. Okay. Are you guys upset that you can't see the buttons? Because like that's something that I feel like it's worth giving up, because otherwise it looks super scrunched. Yeah, well, that's the thing, is if you're looking for the thought process behind like what happened during this battle when I'm making YouTube Shorts, just go watch the full video. This is just meant to get it out there and show you something cool that happened and that kind of thing. So yeah, I think this will be solid for anything besides like making guides and that kind of thing. So I think we'll be good. I think we'll be good without buttons. Okay, sweet. Yeah, you don't even have to link in the description nowadays, Arctic Gaming. I don't know if you've noticed this. Here, let's open up a YouTube short. Let's go to, we'll go to Nooch, right? Nooch. He's one of the biggest guys who does YouTube Shorts right now. I don't care about Raid Shadow Legends. I'm sorry.
Mara Jade, the Datacron's not. I need Seer to get.
Oh my gosh!
The Datacron.
Shut up. But yeah, as you can see here, this is obviously the version of it using a PC, but you have the name of who it did it, and then right below it, it actually shows what video it's from. So you can actually just, in the settings of a video, you can tie it manually to another video, and then you give the description. And so if I click this, it'll actually take me to the video that it's from. So, although technically, to be fair, he actually doesn't do this. He doesn't tie it to the video that it's from. He ties it to whatever his newest video is to get more clicks on his newest video, which is a newer YouTube strat that I feel like I don't want to do because it feels a little scummy to me. But you do you. It does get you more clicks on your new video, so I guess go for it. Yeah, and so I always try to link where it is, so that way you guys can know exactly what you're looking at and be like, oh, I want to see the full thing of that. So, but yeah, I'm also looking at doing timestamps. I didn't have time to finish it today because I've been doing a lot of work on the channel over the last couple of days. I don't know if you guys noticed, but the camera that I'm using is actually a completely different camera. And so I completely swapped out cameras to make my life easier because my old camera was giving me problems. Completely switched around my audio software over the last couple of days. I built this last week out of just assets that I had lying around from previous things that we'd done. I built that vertical resolution thing that we just looked at, as well as, you know, got that all situated over the last couple of days. So like I'm literally just constantly working on things on the channel right now and trying to get everything done. So, but I always see very outdated shorts. I mean, hey, even if it's outdated, it might be helpful, because if it's a YouTube short of me killing Ahsoka, doesn't matter the Datacron. I'm still using Finn Zori. Fantastic times. But anyways, so yeah, thanks for your guys' opinion. I appreciate you guys on whether or not the short looks good. But yeah, next week we will be having our first time like cutting our videos up, or our streams up into videos, to make it easy for you guys. So we'll see how that works. I'm gonna try and have timestamps situated, so that way I don't have to spend any excess time on timestamps. I just have to be able to be good at streaming, because I don't have time to do a lot of the things that I want to do on the channel, and I want to make sure you guys have as much opportunity to see counters, have as much opportunity to enjoy my streams, all that type of stuff as much as possible. So I have done a lot to try and make that viable for us. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Once again, thank you guys so much for those who are, you know, damn contributors. I appreciate each and every one of you. You guys have made Mara's birthday a little bit happier, and each contribution right now is going towards our Disneyland trip to check out Star Wars Land at the end of the year. Big shout out to our damn sugar daddy, Great One, as well as our damn best members, current and former. They always have a home on our end screen. If you're part of the damn elite, welcome, my friends. Keep an eye out for fun custom damn elite stuff, as well as make sure you connect your YouTube or Twitch membership with your Discord, so that way you have access to all of the fun stuff that we do. Additionally, we do have a Damathon happening at the end of the month, where we will be trying to raise money for the Disneyland trip. So we will be streaming for multiple days in a row, all day, every day kind of thing, and doing fun stuff with other content creators. Additionally, this next week of GAC, we're also going to be doing a hot sauce GAC, and we're going to be doing a trivia GAC. So keep an eye out for some challenge GACs for fun as well. Yeah, I still haven't been to Galaxy's Edge yet, Tim Mayer, so give me some time and we'll get there. I want to experience it for the first time, and they're doing all the renovations this year too, so thank you guys for being here. Thank you for giving a damn, and I'll see each and every one of you in the next video. Let's go raid. I think I saw whatever his name is, Troopers on Break going live, so go raid him. Oh, Scribe's live? Guess we can send you guys a Scribe too. We haven't raided Scribe in a while. Yeah, we can raid Scribe from both sides, right? Yep, Scribe's on both sides. There's no one else doing Swigo on Twitch, so we'll raid Scribe from both sides. Go tell Scribe whether or not you think I was wearing pants today.